Hey folks, it's Woody here over at USA Made Blade and just coming to you from the shop tonight doing a quick overview on the new ZT0460TI or Full Tie 460. And man, it's a beauty. It really is. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of full titanium and was very excited. I liked this knife when it came out in carbon fiber, but really wanted to see it in titanium, and ZT did it. So flips fantastic. Really nice action out of the box and good looking knife. Honestly, I'm not big on knives with this kind of Persian style, this much curvature on them, but this one looks really good and honestly fits the hand really well. I mean, even for my big mitts. So you'll notice a band-aid on my finger. I can attest to you that these things are wicked sharp out of the box. So we were filming, I was trying to film on this a little while ago, and just working from behind the camera and caught my finger, and man, it took a chunk out. So anyway, very sharp knife. So let's kind of tell you, this is going to be a little different tonight. I am actually going to start off by taking the knife apart. So and the reason why, there's some tips and tricks to taking this one apart, and most people who buy ZTs love to tinker. So I'm going to show you guys what I do, and I'll move through it as quick as possible. But anyway, always recommend WeHa bits, and start off on this one, taking that pivot out. Now, this is where it's interesting. I like to leave, I've anodized a ton of these already. I like to leave this middle screw in and start on the presentation side bottom screw here that goes through that again, this band-aid on my finger, it's a little tough. So anyway, take this presentation side screw out on the bottom from the back spacer, and then when you flip over, and this is why I'm doing this, you flip over and get to this lock side, take out just the screw that faces the inside. So if you're looking at it from the back, you want to take out this left side screw. And when you do, which by the way, this is the knife that cut my finger, so now I own it. Make sure to keep those separate. Then take your pocket clip, and it pulls right out. See, if you take your screw out on this side, there's a little piece in here to put a flathead screwdriver to get it undone, but it goes apart much more smooth if you do it this way. Then jump back over, take apart, or take out, I should say, your upper back spacer screw, and then everything should just fall apart, and it does. So let's get this thing completely broken down here so we can show it off a little bit. So you'll notice one thing that a lot of people have been asking for and ZT started doing, you got washers on both sides. So you're going to have washers that block those bearings from sitting on the titanium. While I don't think it's necessary, you know, a lot of people were concerned about it, so ZT followed through and put them in. So good on them. You'll notice on the back side the lock puck, and then sitting above it, this is kind of different, is where your ball detent is, and that's actually set into the titanium. So when you take your lock puck off, it's not affecting anything. So that's cool. Then you've got your bearings and your back spacer. So we're gonna move this out of the way. And oh, well, you know what? Let's just go through this one little part real quick. So putting this thing back together, you're gonna put your pivot screw in and start lining up things here. Sorry, washers. I'm not gonna go through the full process, but just show you this little tip real quick. And put your blade on. This is how I do it. I'm not sure this would be ZT approved or if everybody else is going to do it this way, but start getting everything back together in the right order. And then I like to get everything going together here at my pivot. I'm trying to do this very quickly so you guys aren't just bored out of your mind watching this. And then once you get that part together, and I don't tighten my pivot all the way, then start at the bottom. And this takes a little bit of maneuvering, but you're going to try and get your backspacer lined up perfect. And then you're going to start back with that pocket clip with that that piece going through it. And this takes just sometimes a little bit of adjusting, and it'll pop in. And then from here you can close this in and line it up and put your bottom screw in, or your middle screw in. So that's how it goes back together. I'll finish putting that back together later. That one's mine, so no worries there. Like I said, that's the one that attacked my finger. I did get another one out, so that we'll have it. And let's move on to some comparisons. So I think that's why a lot of people watch these videos. So let's compare this puppy. I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff over here. And, I think we got to start with the ZT0460. And as you can tell, we're about the same overall length, but surprisingly, I think we've got a little bit more handle length here. For me, the 450, it fits my hand, but not as well as the 460 does. So, but all in all, I mean, pretty much the same size knife and just different shapes, and you've got just a little bit more of those added features people have been asking for on the 460 tie. Next up, so I'm sure everybody wants to see, sorry, I thought that was looking funny for a second, the 462. I thought we'd throw in one of the sprint runs that they did, which is a 462 tan. So as you can tell, the 462 is quite a bigger knife. So, let's jump over. We just did an overview on this knife as well. One of my favorites, and that is the 562 tie. And love this knife. It's just a beast. This right now to me is the most overbuilt ZT that's being produced. So, and it's a monster. But hopefully that'll give you some idea there. Also want to throw in what has been very popular this past year is the ZT0609. About the same overall length. You're a lot lighter on the 460 tie. Not a lot, but you're definitely lighter. And, you know, just different designs. Obviously more width and everything on the 609. And alright, let's move over, show you guys, we're a big Southern Grind dealer, so we always like to show those off. This happens to be the Southern Grind Spider Monkey, and truthfully pretty damn similar in size. 460 tie's probably got a slightly longer blade, but it's close. It's damn close. So, and while we're talking about Southern Grind, I thought this was a great one to compare. It's the Southern Grind Quill. It's hard to find many things to compare to the Quill, but for those Quill owners out there, or people considering the Quill, back and forth, it'll give you some ideas. Let's move over to Benchmade. Did bring a couple Benchmades in, the Mini Crooked River. Man, these are really close in size, and honest to God, with the way that blade slopes down, they kind of fit the hand a little similar. So Mini Crooked River, I think, was a great call from Benchmade this past year. And let's see, what do we got next here? Benchmade 9, this is the 943, same size as the 940, just to give you an idea. Really, really similar in overall size. So really close. If you like one, you're probably going to like the other. And gotta throw in a Spyderco for all our Spyderco fans out there. This is the only one we currently have in stock, so we're not a big Spyderco dealer, but this is a Spyderco Paramilitary 3. And just to give you an idea of size comparison there. And we're a big Hinderer dealer, so I got to throw in some Hinderers. This is the Hinderer 3-inch. You're going to be able to tell that 1/4 inch difference in blade length there, and just a little bit more handle length. So, but obviously with that Hinderer, it's a good bit thicker on the stock and overall handle. Speaking of Hinderer, just making sure we're not forgetting anything else over here. And I thought I'd throw in one of our exclusive half tracks. We're a big fan of the half track here, so thought I'd throw in. This is my personal one. I just pulled it out of my pocket because I forgot to get a new one out. So this happens to be the black stonewashed DLC one. So there it is. There's some comparisons for you. And I thought to finish this up, I'd just show off. I gotta reach up here and grab them. Like I said, we've been going pretty crazy anodizing on these, so I thought I'd throw some out here. That is the Toxic Damascus. These have been very popular, the purple and scratch bronze. You can see how it just shows so much differently in different light. Here's just a dark bronze we did. I like the way this dark bronze is turning out. It looks really good. This is a one of a kind we did, kind of a hard one to explain, but polished flats and an Damascus going across it with purple and bronze on it. And then this has got my fingerprints on it, but that's okay. You know, anodized knives are going to fingerprint. No need to hide that. So that's the dark blue. We also had a light blue and a few others we've done that we've sold, so I'll be doing more of those. But anyway, here it is, folks. Move these back out of the way. It's the ZT0460TI. These are now in stock at USA Made Blade, and I hope this helped you. And if we can answer any questions, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me at scott@usamadeblade.com. That is Scott with 2 T's. And as always, we appreciate you watching. We hope you'll go over to usamadeblade.com and check them out.